beloved Ascension pioneers, and welcome to another one of my Divine Partnership, Divine Union videos. We're approaching a time of the fall equinox and September Equinox, so it's fall here in the northern hemisphere. And of course, this is always a topic of inner balance, of the yin and yang, of the partnership. So on this note, I wanted to record something about the thoughts that I've been having recently and the guidance that's been coming along on this topic, on this note, something that's really important. And you know I really love to share about divine partnership because I've been told by my life family a while ago that this is actually the Pleiadian way. So this is the way of partnership. It's understanding why it is so important, and is understanding the sacred sexual energy, the creation energy between us. So sometimes people say, you are whole by yourself, you don't need a partner. That is true, but for creation, for those of us who understand creation, we understand why the role of divine partnership and equality and vibration and purpose and mission is so important. So I want to give you again some thoughts that are really important, and as we approach the equinox, as you know, this is always the equal night and day representation, and we bring that balance first from within, of course. But I want to give you the perspective why this is so important, and in these times coming up now, because a lot of us are moving not just from being whole within ourselves and good, and you know, there's a lot of people having the awareness but never moving on to the part when they share their creator-like being. There's a lot of beings who have certain awareness, but they never come to sharing it. They never understand that they're creator beings. So there's a lot of escapism sometimes going on, or denial of our human nature. And with this, we understand our human body as it was created. As you know, it's even created by the aspect and the archetype of the divine feminine and masculine, the yin and yang, the inside, the outside, the push and pull. So the all polarized opposites in attraction and equality. So the first thing I would like to say on this note is how important it is that in each divine partnership, as it truly is, for all the roles, which are not even roles anymore, to be expressed equally, so that we express all of our soul essences. A lot of the times when we were in relationships, and I'll explain later the difference between relationship and divine partnership in union, a lot of times we play these roles, you know. We are in a romantic relationship, so this is what it's about. Or we're in the relationship when you're the provider and you're the nurturer, you're the caretaker. And a lot of times this came through beings and their family relationships. As you know, for a lot of individuals, their first relation to the opposite gender comes through their family experience, how they relate. Let's say you're a man, it's how you relate to your mother and your relationship that was with your mother or your sisters. So the same goes with a woman, her relationship with her father or her brothers. So the first gender that is your polarized opposite gender that you experience in human form, you will create certain patterns, usually as a human being, and then as you grow into your awareness and your conscious evolution of the soul, you will begin to experience this in a different level. You will see that you no longer wish to relate to other individuals, of course, through yourself in this note, in this way. So these roles that we were playing, these roles are now dissolving. And in a divine partnership, what is truly important is the equality, and not just equality, the two are equal partners, standing hand in hand, back to back, shoulder to shoulder, always, you know, walking their same divine path. And knowing fully that they're both guided by the same higher self, by the same spirit flowing through themselves. I don't know if I verbalized this really the way it is, but let's just say it's enough for this level of understanding where we are now. But it's really important that we don't understand this so much as roles, but that we express all of our essences. So when you're with a partner, and your relationship is divine in nature, that means that you're expressing your divine self through another as through your divine self. You don't relate personality to personality. There's no longer these filters in play, in roles. So what happens, roles are being exchanged for soul essences. And with your partner, you can be in your inner divine child. You can be the guide. You both can guide each other, but there's no sense of you guiding another and you're pulling them upwards when they're just following you. And that's not equality. Like I said, you're not in a role of a mother or a father to your partner. Your partner's supposed to be your co-creator. You are the co-creator, God and Goddess together. So when we're moving in those relationships, whenever you still play those games and these roles, you should be aware of it and see, well, you know, where am I still doing this? Am I in the role of the provider, or am I in the role of the caretaker, or, you know, am I just being this somebody who always wants to save somebody in relationships, not really being just who I am in full authenticity, in my full blossomed self. and just a man and a woman naked together, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, of course. And this becomes so natural. You can express with your divine partner all of these attributes. You can be a divine lover. You can create things together. You can be in a role of supporting each other, guiding each other. You know, you're both in a role of your divine child, your masculine and sacred feminine, all expressed equally as one. When relationships are not in balance, usually one role begins to be a dominant one. So you just associate with that role, and you filter through this relationship, and you're not receiving from your full divine self. So divine partnership has no such thing as these roles, okay? And soul essences neutrally and naturally flow through both of you in oneness. The second aspect I wish to address here about this perfect balance of the yin and yang is understanding the difference between a relationship and a reunion and union. So when you're in union with the self, it means you remember your soul, your original blueprint, your different feel as to how you are and feeling, how you were created. So it's about what you are, not who you are. It's not an identity thing. I'll talk about identity here too. So the difference is that in a relationship, we always think that we're relating to ourselves. So even when we say you got to have the best relationship with yourself, it's still a relationship as that you're an outside of observer, that you're not just flowing as your source self. You're not just being and emanating and living your source self. So whenever we say relationship, that again, you know, it's still, we are relating to the world. It's how it is, inside, outside. But there's still a sense of duality here, because we always say I'm having a relationship with myself, as though there would be somebody and you, instead of just you, the source that you are. So you see, when you're in reunion, when in union with yourself, you're just being yourself instead of having a relationship with yourself. And you never think of, should I be doing this? Should I be doing this? You know, this is when you're becoming aware. You're a neutral, detached observer. Your compassionate self is kind of like always a bit of outside of you, watching and observing. But when you really embody the soul, not just when you're in contact with your soul, you become yourself. You're in union with yourself. You embody your divine reunion. And there's people talking about divine reunions such as twin flames and all of these labels, and yet they haven't even come into their own full divine reunion. How do you know you are? Well, it's not a thing you can mentally address. You just feel it. You just know you are all of it. You're everything. You are naturally how you are in your soul. To be all does not mean you're everything. Now you're God in all of its expressions. But you are the uniqueness of your individualized I am. And you know it. You feel it, because it is so uniquely you, and you cannot go without expressing it any further. So imagine you have a reunion with a divine partnership in equality when you embody this. Imagine what a creative power flows through these two beings. This is what this is about. This is what divine partnership is about. So when we come to this level of our spirit initiation, we're ready. And there's also a sense of something being said here about identity. Identity is not the same as being an individualized spark, your soul, the seventh density beingness that you are, your angelic self. So when we say that we have identity, it means that we are actually, as a person, as a persona self, I'm identifying with myself, and I'm seeing myself as separate from all the rest and from all oneness. And identity is not the same as individualization. When I'm an individual, a full source expressed individual as a soul, on this level you are still an individualized essence, you know? Your oversoul grouping is no longer an individualized essence. It's already a group essence. But when you're a soul, essence, you are individualized, because there's no other signature in soul awareness that is just like yours and evolving just like you do. So when you understand this, you will know that it's not the same as having an identity as a persona, because when we have identity, we relate to it, and then we relate to others also through that identity, and it's separation based. But in our soul uniqueness and individualization, we can actually experience oneness. Without knowing ourselves, how can we know how to belong to the greater good? How to actually know our role within everything? So this is not a separation-based knowing. If you can imagine, there's a commune of people. I always think of this as a great example. There's a commune of people, okay? And in the past we had lots of these communes and people were coming together and they were giving up on everything, and they were saying, oh, we share partners with each other, we share everything here in this space. So a lot of people were confused by this because they couldn't live as they were. They had to give parts of them away to the collective, and they didn't find their space. So a lot of these communes actually fell apart. They didn't work. Why? Because we first need to know what is our place in this greater whole, in this greater grouping. And humans were not ready for this until they really remembered their own source potential. What is your greater initiation in this life? What are you to contribute to the massiveness and greatness of all that is? So this is what is really important before you enter a divine partnership, to know your individualization, not identity. It's not the same thing, okay? Okay, and the next thing I want to talk about is I'm seeing a lot of this being talked about in communities and people talking about twin flames. And I've noticed, sometimes I just am guided to see something, and I've noticed that some people are really taking this too seriously. How would they talk about partnership? I've noticed that sometimes they even blame other people. You don't have it right. I have it right. This is the way. This is the right way. We need to talk about this as the ultimate truth. And let me tell you, each soul in the individualized aspect has their own way in their evolutionary soul journey. So nobody who thinks they have it all figured out and they teach about partnership, that's how it is. This is the ultimate twin flame truth. I already told you this before, guys. The beloved is the truth of creation. And each aspect and particle of creation is different. So when you have certain individuals talking about this topic, like this is how it is, period, we know because we've gone through it, and other people don't have it right. I've noticed this. I've seen this person talk about what they share in their videos, and they literally were finger pointing to another person saying, you don't have it right. And I was really taken aback that people who present themselves as enlightened beings, as beings who have knowledge and wisdom to share, they still do that. And they take it much too seriously because it's an inner journey. You cannot want somebody to get it. You cannot desire it so badly that you would be willing to, through your own ego, filter through other people. Divine partnership is an intimate aspect that each soul needs to come into awareness when it's ready. When it's your level to walk into the mastery together in union with yourself and reunion with another. But it's not something that you've gone through and it needs to be exactly like this. There's different soul awarenesses, there's different levels of how souls walk in creation. Some souls are serving the creation. It's all so different. And that's why a playful approach is needed here. And the approach of coming from the heart is really playful, and it comes through union. It doesn't come through finger pointing and telling people off. And it's just not really mature. So I've noticed that people who talk about maturity, they need some maturing to do on their own, because you don't tell other people how to think, what they got it right, what they didn't, unless you're being asked, unless you're being invited, unless somebody comes and says, look, I think I would like to have your guidance and your advice and, your input in this. Just getting some clarity if I feel guided towards. And that is why I always encourage you guys to find your own ultimate truth. The beloved is the truth of creation. We are all the beloved. We all exist as a twin soul essence. On which level, how this is manifested for us, where, how, you gotta find this in your heart yourself. I do not have that ultimate truth for nobody. I used to have these letters, people writing to me, this is my twin flame story, can you please approve of it? Can you please confirm this? Can you please answer these questions? No, I cannot. I can share these ultimate truths that are one, and all aspects, and every level, every dimension, they are the glue of all life, of all love, of all grace. But your journey, your personal soul journey, it is so beautiful, it is so intimate, it is for you to explore. And it's nothing to tell yourself what you didn't yet get, or to tell other people what they didn't get yet. It's just not really mature. So when we really come into our personal adulthood, we know that we will never be forcing other people when to get it, how to get it, because somebody was even writing to me saying, are you now not believing in twin flames anymore? How is this? What do you mean? Are you not really feeling it? Are you not believing? Was it only belief? I got all these questions. It was just like, whoa, wait a minute. First of all, you don't know me. You don't project to me. Why? And second of all, what does it matter what I believe inside of me? It's my journey as far as my intimate journey that I experience. My journey as in being a guide is sharing these ultimate truths. So this is where people still can kind of fall a bit off. And I've seen people talking all these things and, it must happen this way because we want all twin flames to come together and be united and everything being this and like that. And it's just so forceful. Why don't you trust the divine? Where have you You know, the question is, where do you not have yet that faith? When you ask another like me, you know, did you not believing? Well, ask yourself, look, this question flows through you, so it's a question for you. So what do you really believe? Everything is always a direct mirror. When you are forcefully asking somebody all these filtered questions, then they're really filtered back at you. So take one closer look at what is going on in your internal energy dynamics. And it's really not enlightened to pick on other people. Remember, divine partnership is a sacred initiation that we all go through on our own. You know, we can support each other, we can love each other, we wish the best for all, but we gotta trust Source to do its own working. And we gotta live that higher truth. And it's neutral, and it's beautiful, and it's grace. So another aspect here is that I've noticed is a lot of people, they say, well, this is my relationship, but we cannot be together, or, you know, we're oceans apart, or, you know, oh, I need to go through this part of the journey alone. And I've noticed that there's so many individuals giving themselves the excuse to not do the steps to actually physically be with a certain partner that they feel they're in deep connection and alignment with. This is also part of spiritual maturation, people, because when you become a spiritual adult, you become the conscious co-creator being, and there is no external thing that can ever influence your path, you not wanting it to be a certain way. Do you know what I mean? It's if you decide this is what I want, it happens. Because if it is in your highest alignment, it is already meant to happen. That's the main truth that most people are missing. So they're trying to force a relationship, or they're saying all these, oh, we're always going to be together, even if only in connection and not in physicality. Look, we are in the physicality now. The work, spiritual work, is being done through our body. We came here to be the pillars. Even in relationships, you can have an online-based relationship all your life, but you're never really going to come and share intimate, sacred sexual energy, which is energy-based, remember? It's not anything physical or lower emotionally based. When you are ready for that step, there will be no excuse, there will be nothing physical holding you back. These are all excuses. So I encourage everybody who still does that, who says that it's how it is, we're not meant to be together, or, you know, it's how it is, to really step inside and say, where am I still not ready to meet another? Because I've experienced this too. People telling me, I want to be with you, but I cannot be with you because I have this and this and that and that. That's spiritual immaturity. That means not readiness. Of course, it also means it's not meant to be, but at the same level, it speaks a loud message that when we postpone something continuously for the future, pending, always processing, always hoping, wishing, believing, it's not enough, beautiful ones. The thing is that when we're ready, we fully commit to that which we're ready for, and that which we seek seeks us as well. And when it's divine timing, it happens. Excuses, no excuses, other continent, this, here, there, where, this job, that job, it doesn't matter. I had a beautiful beloved dream a few weeks ago. I told you already one part of it, which was that our purpose is everything. But the first part of the dream was that I was marrying this person. They were this beautiful mirror of mine, and I asked them, because there were some external things happening, and I said, due to those things, wait a minute, are we still getting married? You know, do you still want to marry me? And the guy said, of course. That has not even to do with all those things. It has nothing to do with it. And the message was, anything that is external, that you use as an yes, but, yes, I love you, but, it's a negation of it. It's an excuse. It's not to judge it. It's just to see where it's still not bringing you into your full empowerment. Remember, you're a creator being. You can create anything. People say this, I love this person, but I cannot yet be with them. Why not? What's stopping you? Money, distance, all these things. You know, we're physical beings. We have such immense capacity of thought, imagination, creative energy. When you think of something, okay, how do we do it? When two people are really committed on all levels, there won't be any questioning such as, no, I don't want to move, you should move for me, no, you should move. This is ego-based. When it's true divine partnership and equality, all of this will be taken care of, but not like, oh, you just wave your hands up in the air and you wait for things to happen just on their own. You won't. You will take a conscious contribution to it, but you will be guided by your soul through all the steps. And these are the challenges I'm talking about. The challenges of divine partnership have nothing to do with drama, like, oh, should I be with you? No, I want to, but I'm not ready, or this is drama. These are not really challenges even. This is just basic excuses and, you know, things we tell ourselves not to be in our source vortex of empowerment, to be our luminary self that we truly are. The true challenge is when you're in the physical body, and this is already challenging enough for somebody with such a high level of awareness, Ascension pioneers. Your challenges begin when you're ready to commit, and then your journey of togetherness, in reunion, in partnership begins. These are going to be our challenges in the next coming years ahead, and we're going to pass through each initiation. You know that, but first things first. And this is what I'm talking about, this balance. Not just you being balanced with yourself. Can you also stay in balance one with another? A lot of people say it's so easy to be alone, it's so natural, but one with another. Of course, first of all, they have to be your equal. That doesn't mean they'll be the same in every aspect. Equality is not the same as sameness, exact sameness. It's just you. You're different and unique. But equality means that you'll be both equally devoted, equal level of integrity, of compassion, of soul love, of conduction, of change, given and received. There won't be any push and pulls. There'll be just beautiful balance and neutrality. Okay, I hope this gave you enough to think on, to really process within your soul. I wish that you flow through your own soul communion as well, because remember how your divine partnership, if you feel it inside your heart, because lately all the messages were about this, and it's just non-stop. It's really intense. So it's something I'm just so eager to talk about. I'm pushed, I'm pulled through spirit. I cannot help it. Even if you think, oh my gosh, you know, there's so much of this now. It's how it is. You know, I always talk about what I'm guided to talk about. It just doesn't leave me alone. It means it's guided. So I hope that it will bring you some of clarity in your own retrospection and reunions as well, and how you relate to the world, and without that identification, but a beautiful individualization, and then putting it out into togetherness. Because remember, with this equinox, we're coming into Libra, and this will be relationship energy, and this will be standing in togetherness and creating with togetherness. So when you know how and what your inner resources are, how to use them, it's time then to, in the next level of initiation, how to use them with another, to contribute, combine, create the third energy, the two, creating the third, and it's all one. Beautiful circle of spirit. So before I go, I wish to show you my Ascension necklace. These are my Serapina light necklaces. I'm creating a web page, probably going to be published very soon, I hope. And these are a part of something I'm doing now. This will be my devotion. These are actually medallions, Ascension medallions. They come with this beautiful knitted bag with the Ascension symbol, emblem. It's an A with a golden emblem. And it represents the white ray of Ascension, purity, and integration of this, of devotion to Ascension and unity consciousness. It is a gold and white. I was shown this vision by Serapis and Serafina, of course, and it's also coming through. It's anointed with the energy of Seraphim, creation angels. So these are going to be offered on my page. They're so special to me. I'm going to notify you when they're actually really officially available. Tongue-tied. But I'm really excited about them. I just love them so much. There's so much work that's put in these necklaces. The first, I got to gather all these stones, and they're special. They're not like, you know, just random stones you find on the beach. And yeah, that's it. I must go now. Serapina light. I gotta go, guys. Bye. Oh my gosh, guys, did you see this? I was literally attacked by a dog. This is actually my favorite doggy in the village, golden white, beautiful dog. And perfect message for the end of the video, Serapina, right? And dogs, unconditional love, because this dog is just so pretty. It has the exact colors of the Seraphim light. Golden white, creamy, pearlescent. So it was a beautiful message for the end of the video. At least I wanted to say goodbye. Have a happy equinox. Stay in your inner radiant, yin and yang, inner balance, and just have so much fun, so much equality and beauty to you. I'll talk to you soon. So much love, wisdom, and power as always.